Imagine waking up one morning to see headlines saying a Hollywood empire, one of the most influential reality TV families on the planet, is being sued for millions over a secret agreement they allegedly broke. And the man behind this lawsuit isn't just some critic or random name. It's the same guy who was part of the scandal that sparked the family's rise to global fame almost 20 years ago. After nearly 2 decades of jokes, comments, and storyline references, he's finally stepping into a courtroom and saying, enough. According to his lawsuit, a deal was made, a price was set, silence was promised. And now he claims that silence has been broken. Welcome to the explosive legal battle between Ray J, Kim Kardashian, and Kris Jenner, a battle that pulls the past back into the spotlight and threatens the foundation of a billion-dollar brand. And what's shocking is that this isn't some old drama being recycled. This is happening right now, triggered by a settlement signed in 2023 that Ray J says the Kardashians violated almost immediately. To understand why this lawsuit is so intense, we have to rewind, but only just enough to set the stage. In the early 2000s, Ray J and Kim Kardashian were in a relationship. They filmed private moments together, moments that were never supposed to see the light of day. But in 2007, the footage became public, and everything changed. For Kim, the moment that could have destroyed her reputation instead became the start of her worldwide fame. With her mother, Kris Jenner, at the helm, their family stepped into the spotlight, turned controversy into opportunity, and built a media empire, reality shows, fashion, beauty, partnerships, and global influence. Their rise was meteoric, but Ray J says his side of the story was buried, that he was reduced to a footnote in a narrative that should have belonged to both of them, and that, for years, the tape that changed everything kept being referenced, joked about, and used as storyline material in the family's reality show. Fast forward to April 2023. Ray J and the Kardashians entered what court filings describe as a confidential mediation settlement. The agreement, according to his lawsuit, involved a $6 million payout. In exchange, Ray J claims Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner agreed to stop referencing the tape in public, especially on their reality show. After almost 2 decades of being tied to the same scandal, he finally wanted closure. A contract was signed, a promise was made, and silence was supposed to follow. But according to Ray J's countersuit, that silence didn't last even 1 month. New episodes of the show aired, and he claims they included multiple references to the tape. Ray J says this was a direct violation of the deal. He says he honored the agreement, but the Kardashians didn't. And that's when everything erupted. Ray J didn't go online this time. He didn't post rants. He filed legal documents. In these documents, he claims the Kardashians didn't just break the agreement he alleges they tried to alter it afterwards. Attempting to renegotiate terms he refused to accept. And when he refused, he says they went ahead and mentioned the tape anyway. This isn't just about a TV reference. According to the lawsuit, the clause prohibiting mentions of the tape was the core of the entire $6 million agreement. Ray J argues that when the Kardashians included the references in their show, they didn't just break a promise, they broke a legal contract. And because of that, he is seeking at least $1 million in damages, plus attorney fees and additional penalties. But the lawsuit doesn't stop there. Ray J goes deeper into the past and makes major allegations. According to his complaint, the tape's release wasn't an accident. He alleges it was orchestrated, planned, and executed for publicity. He claims the victim narrative that followed was intentionally crafted to boost attention and build the early foundation of the Kardashian brand. He says the family benefited from the scandal while he suffered the backlash. He argues that the tape was used repeatedly in reality show references to increase suspense, storyline value, and ratings, while he stayed silent and watched them grow. The Kardashians, through their attorneys, deny all of this. They maintain that the tape was leaked without consent. They say the 2023 settlement was honored. They claim Ray J's lawsuit is a tactic to revive old drama. And they emphasize that they filed a defamation lawsuit against him earlier, after he publicly suggested they were under federal investigation, a claim he made during a live stream. From their side, Ray J's countersuit is just the latest move in a long back and forth. So now the courtroom becomes the battleground. And this time, the stakes aren't just emotional, they're financial, reputational, and historical. For Ray J, it's about reclaiming his part of the story and enforcing a contract he says was violated. For Kim and Kris, it's about protecting a legacy they've built for nearly 20 years. Why does this story feel so dramatic? Because it isn't just about a tape. It's about control. It's about who gets to write the origin story of an empire. It's about whether fame is organic or engineered. And it's about whether silence can be bought, and what happens when that silence breaks. What makes the case even more fascinating is how it exposes the machinery behind celebrity culture. We watch reality shows and think we're seeing real life, but behind those scenes are negotiations, contracts, and strategic decisions. According to Ray J's lawsuit, the tape wasn't just a scandal, it was a business asset. It had value. It shaped public perception. And eventually it became something people talked about casually, forgetting that it involved two real people whose lives went in very different directions afterwards. Ray J's lawsuit argues that while one side built an empire, the other watched from the sidelines as his name was used, referenced, and tied to a narrative he says wasn't fully true. And now, for the first time in years, he's fighting not through interviews, not through social media, but through legal channels, where claims must be backed by documents, evidence, and sworn statements. As we look toward what might happen next, several paths are possible. The case could be quietly settled again behind closed doors, with tighter confidentiality terms and higher financial penalties. Or it could escalate into a full-blown trial. If that happens, internal communications, emails, contract drafts, production notes, and footage logs might become public. And that could expose details the Kardashians may prefer to keep private. For Ray J, a public trial could bring validation and potentially significant financial compensation. For the Kardashian-Jenner family, a trial could pose risks not just legally, but also to their reputation, their show, and their brand partnerships. What's undeniable is that the lawsuit has reopened a chapter many people thought was long closed. It forces fans and viewers to rethink what they believed about the early days of the Kardashian empire. It challenges the idea that scandals simply happen. It raises the possibility that some paths to fame might be more orchestrated than they appear. At the end of the day, this case is about far more than money. It's about narrative ownership. It's about who gets to decide how history is remembered. It's about whether silence can be enforced. And it's about a man who says he was erased from the story, reclaiming his voice through the legal system. One thing's for sure, this battle is far from over. And as the legal documents pile up and the courtroom drama unfolds, the world will be watching to see which version of the story prevails. If you want the next update the moment it drops, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon because this saga has only just begun.